What a week. Chloe, can I ask you something a bit random? I've been wrestling with this one temptation, and I feel so guilty for even thinking about it. It just makes me feel like a bad person.
I totally get that feeling, Leo. But what if we're looking at temptation all wrong? I was thinking about this recently. What if the temptation itself isn't actually the sin?
How so? It feels like it is.
Well, what if it's just a normal, inevitable part of being human? Not something you can avoid, but something everyone has to face. Not a sign of failure, but just a part of the journey.
So just being tempted doesn't make me a bad person?
Exactly. It just makes you human. And here's an interesting thought. The things we're tempted by can actually tell us a lot about where we are in life. Think of it like levels.
Levels? Like in a video game?
Sort of. The idea is that if a person keeps getting stuck on the same simple temptations, it might be because they haven't allowed themselves to be lifted to a higher way of thinking. When you grow, you don't stop being tempted, but the temptations themselves change. They become more about higher level choices.
So you're saying if I was on a higher spiritual plane, I'd face different temptations?
That's the idea. It's a sign of growth. But the reason we often stay stuck is because we keep giving in to the easier, lower level stuff.
That makes a strange kind of sense. But my situation feels so specific to me. I feel like no one else would really understand this particular struggle.
I think that's one of the biggest tricks temptation plays on us. It makes us feel completely alone. The details of what tempts you are definitely unique to your personality and your potential. But the experience of being tempted, that's one of the most common things we all share as people. You are absolutely not alone in it.
So my inner self determines my outer temptations?
Precisely. And in a way, it shows you what your nature is capable of. But never think you're the only one going through it.
Okay, so if it's normal, what am I supposed to do? The confusing part is the thing that's tempting me doesn't even seem that bad. It's not like choosing between good and pure evil.
That's the most challenging part, isn't it? Sometimes temptation offers us something that is genuinely good, but it's not the absolute best. It's like a shortcut that promises to get you what you want, but it will never take you to the ultimate destination.
A shortcut to something good, but not the great thing I should be aiming for. I see.
Exactly. The key is to keep your focus on the highest goal, on God Himself, and be willing to let the good enough things pass by.
It just feels like a lonely battle sometimes.
It does, but that's the final piece of it. We're not promised that we'll be saved from temptation, but we are promised that we'll get help right in the middle of it. The best help comes from someone who has already been through temptation and understands it completely.
Wow, that actually changes everything. It doesn't make the temptation disappear, but it makes it feel purposeful and a lot less lonely. Thanks, Chloe.
Anytime, Leo, we're all in this together.